Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So today we have a guest in the house. Guess what, guys? We have a brother in the house. His name is Hussein. So Hussein is actually single. Yeah. So I'll be asking Hussein some random questions on marriage. So it's all about knowing what singles think about marriage. Yeah. The ideology singles have about marriage is quite different from the ones married couples have about marriage. So I will be asking Hussein some questions and he will be giving us some answers based on his idea. So let's go. Are you ready, brother?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So the first question goes like this. Why do you think marriage is important?
Marriage is ordained from Allah and is the union between male and female, and is also for the continuation of lifespan in which both couples come together to raise their children into the ways of Allah, and it continues like that.
Okay. So you just given us the definition of marriage. So why do you think this marriage, you just gave us the definition of it, is important? Why is it important to humanity?
Well, marriage it plays a vital role in society. Marriage is when both couples come together to raise their children, either male or female, for the continuation of a lifespan. Because without marriage in the society, there won't be childbirth, and marriage plays a vital role in the lives of the children.
So our next question goes like this. What are the qualities you would see in a marriage that will make you think a marriage is successful? What are these qualities you will see in today's marriages that will make you feel, oh, this marriage is a successful marriage? What are the qualities you think will make a marriage successful?
Well, for a marriage to be successful, first of all, you have to look at the family background in which the husband and the wife, they relate together. You understand? So marriage is one of the major aspects in which the society of today must undergo. So for you to know if a marriage is successful, you have to look at the sacrifices in which the sacrifice and hard work in which both couples come together and play a vital role, and the way the upbringing of their children, the way they relate, the love and care they have for each other, and the husband and wife, the way they love one another. So these are also one of the attributes to know that marriage is successful.
Okay. The next question. Actually, we're having 7 questions, guys. So the second one, I mean. So let's move to the third one. The question goes like this. Number 3 question. Do you think it's okay for people to ask someone that is of marriage age why they have not gotten married?
Well, there is of no importance except is for the family members of the one who is not yet married. For example, either the mother, the father, or the siblings, they might show concern because he or she might be of age of marriage but still yet married. So the family members must show of concern, but is apart from the family members, other various people have no business whether someone is yet to be married, because he or she knows what is keeping him or her not yet married. So everyone have his or her own challenges of why they are not yet married.
Okay. Actually, I feel it's quite appropriate because really, everybody has supposed to have their own issues to be bothered with, and not to be bothered with somebody else's own issues. And actually, it could only be one's relative, close relative, like the father, the mother, and the siblings, like you've actually said that, would ask out of concern, would ask out of concern. But for the rest people, people like that, they might really just want to ask out of curiosity, for just gossip or so, except, let me say, friends that are quite really, really important to you that really understand your situations or will not want to gossip about you. Yeah, I get that. Okay, now the next question for number 4 is, what are the differences you can spot between today's marriages and previous generation marriages? You know, the marriages between our forefathers and this our generational marriage. So what are the differences you can actually spot between these marriages?
Well, there is a lot of difference between the olden days marriage and today's marriage. First of all, in the olden days marriage, there was no social media, so nothing like flaunting family issues on social media. When the husband and wife have issue, they settle their issues within themselves. But in today's marriage, when couples have issues, the next thing you see is that they start displaying their marital issues online for people to talk about, which is not supposed to be so. And during the olden days era, there is about, let me say, 90% of marriages during the olden days last longer than this new generation of marriage, because now nowadays marriage, once there is dispute between the husband and wife, the next things to do is to display their marital issues on social media, and a lot of gossip and a lot of bad advice will come into place, and various people who their relationship were not successful will try to advise those couple in order for their marriage not to be also be successful due to what act of jealousy. So my advice for the couple is that if you have dispute between yourself, settle it off the social media. So you relate one another, you ask for forgiveness, and you seek the error where both parties have made the error and settle the case rather than displaying it on social media.
Okay, next question is okay, who do you think should go for omugwo? You know, omugwo is our normal way of saying babysitting. You know, who do you think should go for omugwo or babysitting if a woman gives birth? Is it the man's mother or the woman's mother? Who do you think?
Well, the aspect of omugwo I can't really see, because the husband might say, I want my mom to come, the wife might say, I want my mom to come. So both parties should relate on the issues before even the time of omugwo, so to avoid quarrel between both parties. So the husband can say, I want my mom to come, you understand? So the wife can say, okay, I agree. Maybe our first child, your mom will come. The second child, my mom will come. So instead of that is okay. Instead of both parties to be arguing, no, I want my mom to come. If I say I want my mom to come, no, that is totally what's not necessary. So both parties should agree on whose mother will come first. So for the first child, then the second child, the other one, mother will come from the
it all depends on understanding and agreement, like you said. Yes, it's a very perfect one. When we have understanding, most times we tend to avoid some little issues. So issues are, should I say, things that you can't really go off.
Yeah.
They cannot really go off out of marriage, but we can only reduce them drastically due to understanding of each other. So it's a very good one that discussions have to take place in marriage for things to be settled. Okay, now the next question goes like this. Do you think love is enough to sustain marriage? You know, many people say, I'm in love, I want to get married to this person. Do you think that's all we need for marriage to be successful? Do you think, love is enough to sustain a marriage?
Well, love is not really enough, because there might be love, there might not be tolerance. Love is not really enough for marriage to be successful, because there might be love, there might not be endurance between both couples. So both couples should learn how to tolerate one another, discuss issues, relate issues both one another. It's not really all about love. The love might be there, but the marriage might be lacking other things. So couples should also seek other marital guidance apart from love. So love is not really a guarantee of a successful marriage.
We just ship this in, according to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I think 4 things or so, or 3 things, I think 4 things to be precise, are what you should look. These are the qualities you should look before getting married to somebody. If you should get married, you should get married for 4 things. And number 1 is how worthy somebody is. Secondly, beauty, how handsome or how beautiful this person is. And thirdly, deen, someone's deen, how somebody is religious.
Yeah.
And the 4th one, though, actually I can't remember at the moment. So these are the things that one should actually look into before getting married. If you can see, I don't even think love is something that that will really sustain marriage. Yeah. So these are pathways for us to get ourselves involved in marriage, or to get ourselves involved in marriage. We should look at these qualities, because love isn't enough to sustain a marriage.
That's true.
So okay, let's go to the next question, which says, what do you think is the biggest challenge couples are having nowadays in marriage? Yeah, there's a lot of fights in marriages. Like I said, sometimes fights are just inevitable. Yeah, it depends on how people control it. Most times, some couples they actually quarrel, and people around they are not aware. And sometimes there are just some couples that they are just like that. When they quarrel, a lot of people get to know that they're quarreling. So what do you think is actually the biggest challenges couples are having nowadays in marriage?
Well, as for me, one of the biggest challenges couples are having today in society is tolerance. Couples of nowadays, they hardly tolerate one another. When there's any slight of issue, before you know, you say, I want to get a divorce, I can't do it anymore. If you look at in the olden days, the husband and wife, no matter what, there is always endurance and tolerance between both parties. But in our today's society, once there is any little marital issues, before you know, they say I want to get that voice, without even was tolerating one another. So tolerance and endurance, and also relating with one another when there is an issue, plays a vital role in successful marriage.
Okay, so guys, these are all the questions we have today. Yeah, it was actually a very epic episode. So please, if you really like this video, please like, comment and share and subscribe. If this is your first time coming across this channel, this is Keeping It with JS channel, please subscribe. Yeah, so and if you want more of this content, you guys are the ones who make me do more of this kind of content. Yes, by supporting me and sharing this content, so that we will bring more for you. So guys, if you like the content, please share, like, comment. For now, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.